What's up everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Forza Horizon 6 teaser trailer, and I'm going to go through all of the comments that you guys have left on yesterday's video, which I basically showed off the teaser trailer. The first time we've ever seen it basically be released to the public. We now know that Forza Horizon 6 is going to be set in Japan. It's fully confirmed and it is coming out in 2026. Now, in yesterday's video, like I said, where we actually had a look at the actual teaser trailer itself for the very first time, I obviously asked a lot of you guys, I guess, that are watching the videos. Huge shout out, by the way, to all of you guys that are enjoying the content and you're watching the videos. If you're new to the channel and you've been watching the videos and maybe you haven't been subscribed yet, or this is your first time on the channel, subscribe to the channel because it helps out a lot. Plus, of course, I'm going to be uploading a lot of Forza videos, especially Forza Horizon 6 when that comes out. I'll be uploading a lot of that onto the channel, and there's going to be a lot of content. Let me just put it that way. Anyway, like I said, I asked you guys to give me your opinions on the teaser trailer and, what your thoughts are now that the game has been fully confirmed that it's going to be in Japan instead of, just speculations and rumors and all that. And you guys gave me all of your interesting responses, and I want to go through some of these. I have them all on my other monitor, so I'm going to try and scroll down through a lot of these. So basically, what I'm looking for here is things that people want to see, people don't want to see gone, people they want I can't speak. People that say what they want in the game, basically, in the next game that we don't already have, or things that we have already in Forza Horizon 5 that they want gone. People that we're saying, stuff that would make the actual game be a lot better if they do specific things. So, like I said, I'm going to be scrolling through some of the comments that we have here, and I'm going to see what you guys have said. Starting off from the top, there's a guy that said, there's most definitely going to be a race around Mount Fuji. I hope so. I hope that it isn't just a single, backdrop to the actual map itself. We actually have, a little snow-capped mountain in the background right here on the actual main map itself in Mexico. So I hope that it's not just a backdrop that you see really, really far away, and you can actually get to it. It looks like you maybe could. It looks like, a big open area and then you get to Mount Fuji. So it doesn't look like it's unreachable, if that makes sense. So hopefully they actually do make it so you can get to it. And there would be some sort of a race around Mount Fuji. But to be honest with you, even if it's just a backdrop, I really hope that we still have, hills and smaller mountains like this one, for example, where we have, a bunch of, toge roads, as in loads of mountain pass roads. Like this has one going up on this side, and then we have the dirt version of it going down the other side. What I want is loads of really, really tight corners like this going all up the actual mountain itself. Maybe you have this mountain here, we have a smaller hill like here doing the same thing, have loads of little twists and turns on the map itself. I don't really want to have a lot of straight roads and full-on farmlands and open areas. I mean, I've talked about this before, and I feel like a lot of people that agree with me. We want this to be very, very condensed. We want to see as many roads as possible. Really, really good driving roads. That's the whole point of a driving game. I want to have driving roads. I don't want it to be just full open farmlands. So I hope that they do that in the game. And like this guy said, he hopes that there is at least a race, on the actual Mount Fuji, mountainside. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. This guy said, I don't know if it's just me, but that Japanese license plate screamed JDM bruh vibes. I pray this game is somewhat faithful to Japanese culture as well as the JDM tuning car scene. And then basically goes on and on about, him not wanting it to be just catering to the JDM bros, and actually is, more of a significant, I guess, Japanese cultural game, if that makes sense. Which I think it would be, because I mean, this game, for example, they haven't really, gone into the Mexican car scene in this game. We got loads of basically a history lesson with this game. That's what Forza is now. Instead of it being a music festival with cars, which is what it used to be, it's now basically here you go, here's a bunch of things around the map. Here's the history of the Vocho in Mexico, for example. Here's this thing where you go around and you see loads of artifacts, old artifacts from the Incas and Aztecs and all that sort of stuff, stuff that's been left around in Mexico. So that's what I'm saying. It's more shit like that now, instead of having just a music festival there and then that's it. You know what I mean? And this kind of goes into another point that someone else has made. He said, I hope they don't just slap normal festivals into Japan that will ruin the actual vibe of the game. I agree and disagree with you. I think that festivals are fine when they open up around the map, but I think they should definitely integrate it with the actual area that you're in. So I feel like it'd be kind of cool if you have maybe not really a festival, but like an area where loads of cars could gather up. Stuff like where you would end up going in and out of like a, I guess, a garage or something like that. Even if it's just your house, I think that'd be kind of cool if you have obviously the different houses that you can buy, like really cool old school like Japanese like temples, you know what I mean? I mean, those are more religious and all that sort of stuff, so maybe not a temple, but like old castles and like different types of like really cool old Japanese houses and stuff like that. I feel like that'd be very sick. I'm assuming you're probably going to be able to buy those type of properties anyway, but I don't know about the Horizon Festival that we have. I kind of want the game to have the one festival itself. I think one hub at the center is perfect, and then the rest of it, just fill it up with properties that you can buy. You know, I feel like that would be kind of cool to have around the map of Japan, obviously, that we'll have, wherever we are exactly, but obviously around the area. I definitely would want to see just loads of houses, and maybe we have like the central like hub. So I kind of agree with this guy, him saying that. Someone else said that I can't imagine a Hennessy Venom F5 versus a Bullet Train showcase event. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe not a Hennessy Venom, but I mean, I get it because it's like one of the fastest cars in the game, so it'd be kind of cool to have something like that go on, and you kind of have to race the Bullet Train. I feel like that'd be very jokes to have that. So like I said, seeing the title background, I already feel like this map is going to be exactly like 5 no big cities, just tiny villages / towns, lots of empty space in a big mountain. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen, because also this guy said himself, because instead of it just seeing what you guys have seen in the actual thumbnail or the picture of the teaser or whatever, you know, we've had in the actual trailer itself, the Xbox Wire, someone replied back to this guy, said they said in the Xbox Wire, from the neon lights, this is in quotations, from the neon lights to towering buildings of Tokyo City, one of our most detailed and layered environments to date. So not only will we have the small towns, not only will we have, you know, big old towering cities, you can also see in the trailer, the teaser trailer, we have villages, we have open areas such as, you know, like flatter lands, and obviously, of course, you know, the mountain roads as well that we could probably, you know, would have, I guess, with Mount Fuji. So this isn't going to be just a normal, you know, flat game, and that's, I feel like, one of the things that a lot of people have definitely hated about this map, and I'm myself included, of course. It's too flat. Again, I don't really want to be repeating myself, but it is pretty much too flat, and a lot of people are having issues with it. As in, like, they just hate it. It's just obviously not a fun experience to just constantly play on a flat map. They definitely want to have more elevation and more roads, which is exactly what I've been saying for a long time, and of course a lot of people have been saying the same thing. But that guy had the concern that it could look the same as this map because of what they saw in the teaser trailer, but no, they've definitely clarified that it's going to be a lot more diverse in the type of landscape and the setting that we're going to have. So I'm definitely expecting some big things. I do have very high hopes for this. I mean, hopefully we'll have, you know, a lot more interesting areas, you know, stuff for car meets and stuff like that. I feel like, you know, even like a petrol station or like a 7-Eleven at a petrol station, stuff like that, it feels like it would be amazing to have something like that go on in the game. You know, imagine you're like in an open lobby just like I am now, and there's like 60 players in the lobby. You'll have like a proper car meet in one of the petrol stations. Like, that would be insane. Or if they somehow made it so the parties in the game is not capped at 11, and you can have many more people in your lobby be in your party, so you can actually group up and do stuff together. I feel like that would be very sick. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of different areas to experience and to visit and all that. It'd be very sick. Someone also said that they better have rescanned cars like Gran Turismo did. This is probably in reference to to a very specific car. I mean, a few of the cars in this game are old as fuck. Like the scan for these cars, like the actual body shape of a lot of these cars are from like Forza Motorsport like 3. Like very long time ago, where they ended up you know, scanning these cars and putting them into games. And basically what they've done is just kind of refresh the textures on it and they made it newer. But the actual scan, the actual body shape of the car is still ancient. And of course, one of the biggest culprits of this whole thing is the Nissan Silvia S15. That is, It is horrific looking. Another one that I really, really hate because it's just way too square is the Volkswagen Golf R32 Mark IV. This is also just really, really old. Like, this is the same car that you're looking at right now that was in Forza Motorsport 4. This is the exact same car. I don't know why they made it so boxy at the back. It's just, it's too square. The way it cuts off, and it's just, I don't know, there's something very weird and square about this car where basically what they've done with this car is a much more rounded off Mark III, right? But the Mark IV R32, for whatever reason, in this game, is just way too square in my eyes. I don't know what they've done to the back. It's like they've flattened it a bit too much. I don't know. But they definitely need to rescan a lot of cars in the games to make them a lot nicer. But now we're also going to not only have, hopefully, well, I hope they rescan the cars, but not only are we going to have an enormous car list, which, you know, there's like 900 and something cars in this game. Even if we get rid of some of the like useless cars that we have in this game, we're probably going to have a lot more Japanese cars getting added into the game. I feel like they're going to focus a lot on those cars, which means that we could have newly scanned cars. You know, there's a ton of Japanese cars that they bring out, or they could bring out in the game itself, whether it's base game or whether it's like through DLCs or free cars that they drop through, like you know, the Horizon Festival, what's it called, the festival playlist, if they still decide to do the whole festival playlist. There's so many cars that they can give out for free to people, like so many Japanese, like proper Japanese cars that they could release for everyone. That's kind of it, really. I mean, what do we really want gone from this game? I mean, of course we want all of the cheaters gone from this game. I mean, I've made a video talking about that. I want all the cheaters gone from this game. I mean, obviously we can't really make them disappear, but at least make it so the leaderboards are more watched over, I guess, if that makes sense. You know, basically just remove all of these stupid scores at the top. Or you could have leaderboards that reset all the time. I feel like it's kind of like you could have like a permanent leaderboard, but you could have maybe like leaderboards that reset all the time. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Like, if there's a way to reset leaderboards, I feel like there's a way for people to kind of, I don't know, to fish out all of the cheers, right? If they have like leaderboards where people are going way too fast, ban their accounts, remove all their scores from the leaderboards. You know, stuff like that, where as soon as you catch someone cheating, immediately ban their accounts, ban their IP, or system ban them, if that makes sense. You know, you could very, especially since a lot of the cheaters are going to be off of the PC, you can basically system ban people. I mean, WoW does it. What other game does it nowadays as well? There's a new game that I was playing not that long ago, and I remember they basically make, I think it's Battlefield actually. Battlefield decided to now do, you know, a thing where it basically is able to read your motherboard, and you can get a system ban. What that means is basically if you want to be able to play the game again, you can't just, you know, buy a new account, or you can't just buy the game again on a new account, or you can't just get a new account just like that. You literally have to rebuild a whole new computer to be able to play. You have to get rid of your motherboard and your system. You like all of these have serial numbers. All of these have a very specific, you know, set of numbers where the game can literally just be like, oh, this is what he's using. Cool. Every time he tries to log in with this system, ban him. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to do something like that and just ban the people that were initially cheating, and you can kind of stop them from doing that. Again, also listen to the community. I feel like this is a huge thing. Listen to the community. If you have people telling you that the top 1,000 people on whatever leaderboard are all cheaters like these, ban the top 1,000 people, or at the very least, remove their scores, suspend their accounts, do stuff like that. Like, as soon as you start seeing people in B-class cars doing 300 something miles an hour, ban them. You know, even if it's an exploit, right? If they find out that it's an exploit, whatever, you know, time them out, suspend their account for a while, remove their score, patch the exploit, you know, patch the glitch or whatever that's happening. You know, it's so easy to do stuff like that. It's just they have to put the time and effort in the thing to actually do it. So that's the only thing that I can really think of. I mean, Forza parts, of course, like I said, removing the wing, you know, adding new Forza parts into the game, because of course a lot of these ones are disgusting. You know, all of the Forza Aero looks pretty much the same on every single car that's been in the game. To be honest, I feel like it'll be kind of a crime if they didn't keep it in the game. I think they should have more customization options. At this point, it's just a meme to have the Forza parts in the game. So instead of them replacing the Forza parts in the game, they should keep the standard Forza parts of the game like this, but they should add more, right? Like, I feel like every single car should be able to have, or at least have it so it's like Gran Turismo, where you can have like a slightly customized rear wing or a slightly customized, well actually it is just a rear wing, right, if I remember correctly. You can customize the rear wing, you can change the actual, you know, fins on the side, you can change how low or high the wing sits, you can change how close the actual, like, you know, I can't remember what they're called, but basically like the little support that attaches from the actual wing itself to the car itself. You can change the distance between those. Like, there's so many different things that you can change on the Gran Turismo, like, custom aero. I feel like they could do something similar to that in Forza as well, so we don't really all have the exact same wing and splitter every single time for every single car, you know? But I feel like it's a bit of a meme with this, so I kind of, I want them gone, but at the same time I don't want it gone because it's kind of fun to just have it in the game. But apart from that, I feel like a lot of people have been enjoying the trailer. They're looking forward to all of it. I mean, hopefully I bring back the top 1000 series. Hopefully there's a lot of stuff to do in the game, which I'm assuming there probably is going to be, since this game has a shitload of stuff in it to play. There's like Super 7 and stories and PR stunts and races and showcases and, you know, all sorts of team-based games and everything. Like, this game is absolutely packed with stuff to do in it. The only problem is that the map is a little bit boring, and I feel like people just get bored of the map very, very quickly. And plus, you know, the game's 4 years old now. I mean, we're getting there. It's going to be 5 years old next year. It's getting there where now, for the people that have been playing it since day one, it's very, very boring, you know. However, that's it. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, then don't forget to subscribe. Let me know down in the comments of this video if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Maybe you agree or disagree with the people that have commented in yesterday's video. What do you want to see gone from this game? You don't want it to see returned in the next game, or maybe there's stuff missing from this game that you want to see in that game. Let me know in the comments of this video as well. Maybe you missed out on yesterday's video, you know, and you still want to have your voice kind of heard. Let me know down in the comments of this one. I'll make sure to read them and reply to a lot of you. But that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.